Hello, my name is Anna Wright and I am in psychobiology, and this is my favorite brain part presentation. So sorry about the very strange setup, but this is the only way I knew how to figure it out. Alrighty, what is my favorite brain part? My favorite brain part is definitely the central nervous system. It controls so many different things like personality, emotion, speech, and more. It is made up of the brain and the spinal cord. What is the central nervous system? The central nervous system is one half of the entire nervous system. It is the central nervous system and the parietal nervous system. The tissue of the nervous system is encased in bone, which heavily protects it. It is 18 inches in men, 17 inches long in women, and weighs about 1.2 ounces. It has 86 billion nerve cells and 15 trillion connections. So moving on to the spinal cord. In simple terms, the spinal cord connects the brain to the rest of the body. Fun facts, is shorter than the vertebral column. Sorry if I mispronounce anything, but because the spinal cord stops growing early in a child's life, it is technically divided into 31 sections. It cannot heal itself unlike the rest of our body. It has over 1 billion neurons inside of it. It's also about 1 centimeter thick diagonally, so it's not very long. It's not very thick at all. It is, however, very long. So more about the spinal cord. The spinal cord is considered the superhighway in a sense. It is the pathway that delivers messages from the brain to the rest of the body. If the spinal cord becomes damaged in some way, there is no healing and the brain cannot get any messages to the rest of the body. This is why we will see a lot of people paralyzed. If they have a lower injury, they most likely have lower back and leg injuries. And if it's higher, it can affect all the limbs. There are 4 parts of the spinal cord: cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral. Cervical is in the neck region, thoracic is the midsection of your back, lumbar is the lower region, and finally, sacral is above the tailbone. So I'm going to go into the divisions of the brain here. There are 3 different divisions: hindbrain, midbrain, and forebrain, and each have specific things to do and are in different areas. So going into the hindbrain, there are 3 parts, and again, apologize if I miss anything. We have pons, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Don't know how to say that, but it controls the upper part of the spinal cord, brainstem, and more. It controls major parts of respiration and heart rate. And a fun fact, it comes from the Latin name bridge because it connects the higher brain and the spine. Now, moving on to the hindbrain. There are 3 parts of the hindbrain, including collocae, the tegmentum, and cerebral peduncles. It regulated eye movement, the movement of head and body, regulating breathing, blood pressure, swallowing, and more. And a fun fact, it houses 2 of the 12 cranial nerves. Now finally, we have forebrain. There are 3 parts of the forebrain, like all of them: cerebrum, thalamus, and hypothalamus. The forebrain is responsible for our thinking, understanding language, major motor functions, perceiving, and more. And a fun fact, its full name, which I'm not going to say correctly, is the prosencephalon. And for now, that completes my presentation. Thank you for listening. And yeah.